Okay, this is the overdue video of the replacement car after the Viper. We need to have another snake to be a venomous garage, right? Not just a blue girl. So, here we go. Oh yeah, I got my new Team Shelby membership 2021. So needless to say, got a new Shelby. And here we are. You're looking at a 2020 Shelby GT500 base model with the handling package and the technology package and the Recaro seats. So let's go ahead and do a startup, cold start, move it back, and go for the first ride. There she is. The car is Oxford white with Kona blue stripes. It has the handling package in it, and as you see, the interior, full digital gauge cluster, Alcantara steering wheel with the top dead center marker in white. Chassis number is 5767. It does have the carbon fiber dash panel and has a pretty kick-ass audio system, which I will rarely use. I've already wired it for my radar detector. Bought the car brand new, and I'll tell you a story about purchasing a car like this without ADM in California. More to come there, and that'll be a separate video, but I wanted to take you guys out for a ride on this thing. All right, before we go for a ride, I'll kind of show you some of the digital gauge stuff. So it has 4 modes for its exhaust. It has the normal mode, sport mode, track mode, and as you can see, track mode switches the RPMs out. So I'll run this in track mode so you guys can get the full effect of the exhaust and stuff. The exhaust note is as familiar to me as the GT350. The GT350 is a little bit more raspy than this car, but that's pretty much spot on the exhaust note that I was looking for, because that was probably one of the best features of my 350 was how the exhaust sounded. Talk about this, get this out of the way. Yeah, it has a knob instead of the shifter, and one of the biggest issues I had when I was initially driving this thing was, where the hell do I rest my arm? Because a regular automatic car, there's a shift lever that you can rest your arm on or hand on or whatever. This doesn't have anything. So where does your hand go? Tell you where your hand goes. It goes right here, both hands on the steering wheel. Put it in reverse, put the electric brake down, and drive off. Paddles take a bit to get used to, but I do understand the philosophy behind it, because it's kind of irresponsible to make a car at 760 horsepower and allow you to shift manually. See, the DCT shifts fast. I still miss the stick shift, but it is what it is. You have to get used to it. It's in track, it's in sport setting. Let's put it on sport. And now we're in sport. Here we are. Gonna go for a ride. It's pretty refined. I mean, just as refined as the 350 was from a suspension perspective. I don't seem to feel the difference in weight from the 350 to this car, but it's largely attributed to the dampening of the car. this is what I was missing in the 350s. I needed to have that low end grunt, which the 350 never delivered for me. Here at downshift by itself here. That would have been me doing heel and toe in the analog car, but I'll accept it. You know, I'm a portly guy, but the Recaros are very comfortable and they snug you really tight. So I think I'm at about, I'm at a 38-inch waist, so I think if you go a little bit higher, you know, bigger than that, I don't think the Recaros will fit you well, or you wouldn't be comfortable. But 38 and under, you should be good. I'm 6 feet tall, lots of room in here. The downshifts on diesel are actually very cool to hear. Like I'm in 4th gear right now, but I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna go to a stop right now. That's pretty cool. I love that about this car. The turning radius isn't that great. You know, it's got that big wide 305s in the front, so it doesn't turn particularly well. And I've been belittling this car when it was first announced, but it's proved me wrong, and I really appreciate that about it. You know, I can mod this easily for 800 horsepower, whatever I want to do. It's going to blow the doors off of what the 13 is doing, but I'm not going to do that. I will be using this as a track day car, so we'll keep it stock. It's got the handling package on it. We'll install oil separator that came from the factory with it. I've already installed the gurney flap, and the splitter wickers are on the side here. But I'll try to enjoy this in stock form. You know, I think one of the things I was missing was having a car that's under factory warranty that is able to give me a great experience at the racetrack. So hopefully this car does it for me. Cold start, or warm start, but a start, I should say. Get in trouble very easily in this car. For people that are not as experienced, I would recommend highly to learn the capabilities of the car before really messing around with it. Braking is phenomenal, and I'm overall very happy with this car. It's probably going to be on the channel for at least a few years as I go through my adventures with the track. Thanks, man. Get that all the time. We'll go through the process of doing the first oil change, you know, proper break-in. We'll do some track stuff with it, so you guys will get to see what this car does outside of a drag strip, which I think a lot of guys are pushing some crazy numbers with this thing, which is great. But my perspective is how to use it as it was intended by Ford. I hope you'll join me in my adventures. If you like this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.